Good morning, everyone. Hope you've had a good weekend. Cleaned out dead plants. Still cleaning out dead plants. Sit up nice and tall. Root through your sit bones. Lengthen through your crown. Find a comfortable seat. Get out the last minute wiggles. Maybe move around a little bit. Until you find a comfortable long seat. Letting everything just kind of settle from the crown of your head, settling into your neck, upper back settling into the mid back, low back, settling into your sit bones. And then settle into your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Feel the breath down in your belly. Feel the breath in your chest. Feel the breath in your nostrils. Trail the breath coming in, filling all the way up. And that moment when your breath transitions from an inhale to an exhale, trail the transition and that breath coming all the way out. Imagine your body sipping the air in like a straw, like one of those bendy straws that bends at the top. The opening being the opening of your nostrils. Goes up the nose, then it takes that bend and goes down into the body. Feel your mind begin to settle as you focus on the breath. And go ahead and drop your head forward. Take a nice big breath and focus on the back of your neck as you breathe. As you slowly exhale, begin to bring your head back up. And take your head to the right. Take a nice big deep breath into the side of your neck. And as you exhale, slowly start to rise the head back up. And then take it left. Big breath. Slowly exhale and rise. Put your left hand on your hip or just rest your fingers right there in the crook of your hip bone, right where your bend is. Turn your head to the right. Press your left shoulder back. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, bring them all back to forward. We're going to do that 3 times. Rotate head right, open shoulder left, big breath. Exhale, bring the head and shoulder back to neutral. One more inhale, rotate, open. Big breath. Exhale, back to center. Switch. Put the right hand right in there in the bend of your thigh and your hip. And we're going to turn head left, open shoulder back, right shoulder back. Big breath. Exhale, face forward again. Relax your shoulder. Inhale, open up. Exhale, come back. One more big breath. Open up. And exhale back. And relax your hand. Roll your shoulders if you want. Roll your neck around, just moving it. Open your legs up. We're going to lean to one side, so we're going to put out our anchor posts. So you can put a block or a pillow on your thigh, because we're going to lean to one side for a little while. And I want you to stay tall and not just hunch over to the side. Can't really cough with this on either. At least y'all wouldn't appreciate it. All right, so lengthen up nice and tall first, and then lean left. Again, put something here if you want to bring your leg up higher. A pillow, a block, a rolled up blanket. Right arm, you're going to inhale up. Exhale down in front of your face, down around. We're going to do big circles. Inhale at the back. Exhale in the front. Inhale in the back. Exhale in the front. That's 3. We're going to go 3 the other direction. Inhale front. Exhale back. Inhale front. Exhale back. Inhale front. Exhale back. And I want you to round your back over to that left side and roll over to the right side. And then sit up nice and tall and center. Hair gets caught on the boom mic. And twist or move. We're going to stack our spine before we lean right. Lengthen nice and tall, drawing up your pelvic floor if you feel like you need to. And lean right. You can lean on something if you want to. You can use your hand instead of your elbow if you want to. Left arm comes right up. Inhale. Exhale to the front. Inhale to the back. Exhale to the front. Inhale to the back. Exhale to the front. We're going to go the other directions. Inhale front. Exhale back. Inhale front. Exhale back. One more. And then round your shoulder over towards the left side, dropping your head. Roll yourself over to the left and roll up. And twist and move. Shake anything out. All right, bring your feet back forward, facing forward. And grab your strap, dog leash, belt, whatever it is you'd like to use. We're going to lasso the right leg. Root yourself in your sit bones, lengthen up nice and tall. Feel centered over both sit bones. Feel lengthen through your spine. Feel your pelvic floor lifted off your femurs. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lift up your right leg. I want you to keep your right knee in a little micro bend. So you're going to have some engagement in your thigh. You're not going to hold it completely relaxed, but you're going to utilize movement with your arms. So if you go to a completely relaxed leg, you sit into your joint. If you bend just a tiny, tiny bit, you support the joint better. Lengthen through the crown of your head. We're going to inhale, draw the leg up without leaning back, and exhale, bring it back to neutral. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Flex your foot a little more. Draw your toes back to you. Still keeping that micro bend in your knee. And I want you to, in this flexed strong leg position, I want you to rotate toes out. And rotate toes in. Take toes up. And relax the whole leg all the way down to the floor. And switch legs. Shake out your leg if you want to. Bounce it around a little bit. Realign yourself. If you need to, root through sit bones. Draw pelvic floor up. Take a deep breath. Exhale and lift the left leg now. Have that tiny micro bend in your knee. You can go between completely relaxed leg and feel your joint almost sometimes hyperextend. You're settling into the joint. Bend it just a bit so that you are protecting the joint and strengthening the joint. Toes are relaxed. We're going to inhale, draw up without leaning back. Ready? Deep breath up. And exhale down. Deep breath up. And down. Deep breath up. And down. Flex the foot a little bit more. Draw the toes back to your torso. With a strong leg, we're going to rotate toes out. And rotate toes in. And bring your toes back up to the ceiling. Lengthen through your crown one more time before you just relax your whole leg. All the way down. And release. Shake out your legs. Good stuff. All right, we are going to stand and we are going to do a flow. So we're going to put your chair to one end of the mat so that we can, with your seat facing you. Like so. Very nice. I feel like this needs to come off. I got one more apparatus. This one more too many apparatuses. All right. So stand about 4 to 6 inches away from your chair. Feet directly underneath your hip joints. We're going to take a nice deep breath. Arms come up. A little tiny arch in your upper back. And then you're going to hinge at your hips. Come to flat back with hands on either side of your chair. Now, realign your hands and feet if you need to so that the shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the ankles. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's fine. Imagine having that tray of drinks on your low back, right in the sacrum area, right on these hip bones. Draw your belly in a little bit to protect your spine. Take your right leg back as far as you can and still press your heel into the mat. So take it back there, and then if you need to just kind of scooch it back, scooch it back, scooch it back until you feel like your heel just is not going to touch anymore. or your calf muscle is way too tight and it's barking too much. A little bark is okay, a loud bark is not. And then make sure that your left knee is over your left ankle. And I want you to look at the back of your chair. So you're going to bring your head up so you don't round your shoulders and stare at the seat or stare at your feet. Bring your shoulders up, looking straight ahead. And I want you to keep your left knee over your left ankle. Keep your left glute engaged as you bend your right knee and lift your heel off the floor, and then press it back down. Bend it and press it. Bend it and press. Bend, press and hold. Lift your toes up off the mat if you can on the right foot. Even if they won't lift off the mat, you can feel the engagement in your feet in the attempt to lift, and that's perfect. Breathe. Now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine if we were just bending and straightening our knee and bringing our heel off the ground. Now I want you to bring your heel off the ground, but keep your knee straight, and imagine you're going to launch yourself up over the chair. So you're just bringing yourself up on those toes. Does that make sense? So take it back to flat right foot and just lift and launch, and then bring it back down. Lift and launch and bring it back down. Lift and launch and bring it back down. All right, this time you're going to lift and launch and hold. Root through your left foot. Realign your hands if you need to for balance. And you're going to take that right foot up behind you. And you're going to take the left arm up next to your ear. Pull your belly into your spine. Breathe. 2 big breaths. Every time you exhale, really pull the belly in. Bring your left hand down. Slowly start to lower your right leg till you feel your toes touch, and then bring yourself back to your launch status. All right, walk your right foot forward 2 to 3 inches. Step the left one back there so they're both underneath your hips, and then press your hip back to a modified down dog. Now, if you want to do a regular down dog, you can just walk your hands down to the floor and walk your feet back a little bit further and do a regular down dog. That's totally up to you. Pressing hips back, weight through your heels. Heart comes through the gates of the arms. You can bend your knees a little bit more if it's too much stretch. You can stay still, or you can rock your hips side to side. All right, bring your torso up. Step your right foot forward. And you're going to take your left toe out to the left side. It's touching the floor. You have a bend in your right knee. Look at the back of your chair. Flatten your spine. Slide the left toe back in under your hip, both feet under your hip. And you can either go to forehead, elbows, or step back and do a regular forward fold, whichever you'd rather do. Breathe for a moment, because you get to do all of that again on the other side. For coming up, root your feet, squeeze your butt, either roll or flat back come up. Whichever is best for you. Inhale, deep breath up. Hands come overhead, little upper back arch, and then forward fold to hands to the side of the chair, feet underneath your hips. Realign, readjust so that shoulders are over wrists and hips are over ankles. Ready? Now we're going to take our left foot back as far as we can comfortably. So either scooch it back, or if you feel like you're too far, slide it forward a little bit so that you can still have your heel pressed into the floor. Peek down and check that your right knee is over your right ankle, and peek down to make sure that your feet are still hip width apart. You're not trying to line them up, one in front of the other. Once you got your lower body all set, bring your head up, look at the back of the chair, or whatever would be in front of you if you're using a footstool or something. Draw your belly into your spine. Left knee bend, lifting the heel, and straighten. The only thing moving is the left leg. There's nothing else in the body moving. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. One more. Bend, straighten, and hold. Pressing into the heel. Lifting the left toes. Breathe. And relax. Now we're going to do our launch. So you're going to keep the left leg straight, and you're going to come up on your toes like you're going to launch over the top of the chair, and then come back down. Launching it up and coming back down. Launch it up and come back down. Launch up and hold. Realign your hands if you need to for balance, because you're going to end up with the weight on that right leg. Squeeze through your glute. When you're ready, start to rise the leg behind you. You can stay bent with the right leg, or you can straighten it a little bit more. Find your balance, belly drawn in, and then the right arm comes up next to your ear, reaching opposite directions. If the arm is a bit much, you can rest the arm on your chair or hold onto the chair, back of the chair up above. Breathe, big breath. Lower the arm down. Without moving the rest of the body, just lower the toes down to the mat. Once they touch, you can unlaunch yourself, put yourself back to neutral, and you're going to step your right foot back next to your left under your hips, and we're going to do down dog. So you can either do the modified version, or you could step away from the chair and do regular down dog. Letting your heart come through your arms. You can bend your knees a little bit more for some more support if your back needs it. You can rock side to side. Whatever feels good. You're going to start to bring your torso up, squeezing through your glutes to do so. Step your left foot forward and take your right toe out to the side, right out to the side. It's still touching the floor, but you don't have much weight on it. You can feel the side of your thigh firing, your glute firing. Breathe and draw it in nice and slow. Both feet under your hips. And you can go to elbow, forehead, or step back and just do a regular fold. And let your body hang. You can rock. You can bend your knees deep if you want to. Root through your feet, squeeze your glutes. Either start to roll by pulling your belly in tight, or pull your belly in tight, flatten back, and come up. All the way to the top, deep breath. And exhale down. And relax. Shake out your legs, stomp them out, walk around a little bit in a circle. whatever you feel like you need to do for the moment. All right, we're going to turn the chair so we have the back part for balance. It can be in front of you or to the side. Either one, doesn't matter. And we're going to do a stretch the front. So we have a couple of options actually. If you're not able to grab your ankle, it's uncomfortable for you, you can lasso it, or you can also stand like this on your, with it holding the chair behind you, and bring your leg up to relax it in the back. Okay, so you don't have to be able to hold your ankle. It's not required. But you want to open this up a little bit more. So if you have your foot on the chair, in order to open this up a little bit more, you're going to squeeze and press your hips forward. Squeeze your butt, press your hips forward, and you're going to feel the more stretch in here. Try and bring your knees together, increases that stretch a little bit more. So it's a kind of like you're arching your back, but that's not the focus of it. You're just pushing your hips forward. To keep from overarching, you pull the belly in. Okay? So walk it out if you were testing that out. We're going to do the right leg first. So get yourself in a position to do the right leg if you're going to put it on a chair. If you're not going to be on the chair, grab the right leg. Get your balance. Find a focal point on the floor. Lengthen tall through your crown. And then everybody squeeze their butt. Squeeze your cheeks together. Those that have the foot on the chair, I want you to actually press your hips forward. If you're holding your knee or your ankle, you don't have to press forward. And then everyone try and bring their knee in closer. It may not touch, and that's okay. If you are a thigh gap person, it probably touches. If you're not, it won't. If you're tight, it won't. It's okay. Don't force it. Breathe. And relax. Bring your leg down if it's on a chair. Walk it around. We're going to do the other side, the left side. I know y'all are just waiting for me to spill my coffee. All right, so put your left foot on the chair if you're using the chair, or grab your ankle. Start with trying to lengthen from your sole of your right foot to the crown of the head. Then everybody squeeze both glutes. If your foot's on the chair, press your hips forward just a tiny bit, just to get more stretch in the front of the thigh. And then everybody start to try and bring your thighs together. Breathe, find a focal point. And relax and release. Shake it out, walk around in circles, all that good stuff. All right, we're done with putting our feet on our chair. We're going to go to wide leg for a moment. So you can put a chair in front of you if you want. I want you to at least put your arms in this position and have your ankles under your elbows at the bare minimum. If you feel like you could do more, you can do more. Toes are roughly at a 45-degree angle, pointing out. And I just want you to rock your hips from side to side. And you're going to feel your inner thigh. The wider your legs are, the smaller your rock is going to be. In order to feel it, the closer you bring your legs, the more you're really going to have to take that hip way over there to feel inner thigh. Hold your hips right, lean left with your shoulders. Lengthen from your tailbone to the crown so you're not crunching over. Take your right arm, inhale, up and over. Reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Rooting through your feet. Bring the right arm down. Bring the hips back, and then rock side to side. Rock, rock. Rock left, hold left. Start to lean right, but stay tall. You can have that hand on your hip. It could be holding something else. I'm just kind of just like letting it hang. Find a focal point, left arm, inhale up. Lengthen that shoulder away from that hip. Fingertips away from the sole of the feet. Breathe. Find a focal point. Draw your belly in. Slowly bring the arm down. Bring the torso up. Heel toe, walk yourself together. All right, let's go to the floor. Go to your back. Make sure that you get, when you get on the floor, you've got your strap. We're going to do a little piriformis. That's the word I'm looking for. You know, now that my phone is up there, I can't see the time. So grab your strap. See how this works with me laying on this thing. With your strap, get your left foot lassoed. Having half one in one arm and one in the other hand, take your right ankle and take it over the top of the left knee. Make sure your ankle is hanging off. Nice flat foot on the right foot. Nice deep breath. Exhale, draw those elbows up. Stretching your glutes. Breathe. 2 big breaths. And then roll your hips to the left a little bit. Feel the stretch move down into the piriformis, deeper in your glutes. And roll your hips back. Release, switch your legs in the air, left foot, right foot goes in the strap, left ankle hangs off of right thigh. Left foot's just gently flexed, left knee out to the left side. Deep breath. Exhale, draw elbows up, pulling in, stretching through the glute. 2 big breaths. Gently roll your hips to the right. Deep into the piriformis. And roll back. And relax, but put both feet in the straps. So we're going to do a little bit of an inversion, or modified inversion. Only half of our body is inverted. So you can put the strap in both hands, or you can draw it together in the center. Feet are flexed. You can bend your knee as much as you feel comfortable. If you're flexible enough to keep them completely straight, don't. Just have that little bend so they're active. And feel the weight. You can open your legs up so each foot is over the hip. And just feel the weight of the legs nestle into the hip joint. And then while you're in this position, I just want you to focus on your breath. I want you to focus on 5 good, steady breaths. Legs are engaged and active. Feet are softly flexed. Wiggle your toes if you need to keep from flexing hard. Feel the outer thighs engaged, having the legs open. 5 good breaths. Once you've got your 5 good breaths, since I'm talking, I can't keep track, then keep your feet in this position, but bend your knees all the way in so you can take a break. Keep your feet lassoed. You can roll a little bit if you want to, or just hang out. Knees and feet are hip width apart. Because we get to do it one more time. Deep breath. Exhale, straightening the knees up. Feet go towards the ceiling. Find your neutral with both legs over the top of their hip joints. And then I want you to utilize your arms to imagine that your both hip joints are on the floor and they are kind of like the end of it is a socket, ball and socket joint. But you're going to use your arms to just kind of rock your feet forward and back. Not real big rocks. Mine might be bigger than yours. But utilize your arms for the motion. Just a little bend. And as you rock them towards your torso, you feel more stretch in the back. Even if your knees are bent. And then center them up over the top and use your arms to rock side to side. Feel one hip lift off the mat as you rock the other opposite side. Even if your knees are bent much more than mine. Just rocking your hips. Try and keep your shoulders on the floor. This is just a hip thing. Maybe you want to play with straighter legs or more bent legs and feel the difference. And then draw the feet together. Draw the strap in or leash or whatever you have. Draw the feet together. Ankles together, inner soles together, calves together, knees together, thighs together, glutes. Squeeze everything together. You're squeezing together a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it's splooging out the sides. Squeeze them together, pull your belly into your spine. Keep squeezing, bend your knees. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing and slowly lower your feet to the floor with bent knees. Keep squeezing all the way down. And then you can relax. Release your strap. Heel to walk your feet out to the outside edges of your mat and then flop side to side. We're going to take them to one side or the other. So if you use a pillow or rolled up blanket, towel, or something for support, we're going to go to the right first. So you can put your item on the right side. Flop the knees right, roll up on the outside edges of the feet. If you need to flex either of your feet to support the knee joint, go ahead. Try and relax the right leg as much as you can. Squeeze the left glute. Press the left hip forward. Relax the right leg. Draw the belly into the spine. Take the left arm overhead. Reach as far up above as you can, then lay it on the floor. Relax your shoulder, draw it down, arm down. Relax your glute. Pull the belly in, draw your knees up, and then flop again. Make sure you move your support device to the left side. And take both knees left. Roll up on the outside edges of the feet. Flex the feet if your knee needs some support. Try relax the left leg as much as possible. Squeeze the right glute, press the hip forward. Relax the left leg. Draw the belly into the spine a little bit more. Right arm reaches overhead. Shoulder comes up towards your ear. Reach as far as you can and then relax it on the floor. Breathe. Relax your shoulder. Draw your arm down. Relax your glute. Draw your belly in. Bring your knees up. Flop a little bit or pull the knees in and roll, whichever you'd rather do. Flop more or roll, or just sit still with your knees up to release any pressure in the back. Keep the right knee in and straighten the left leg out down onto the floor. Hold on your shin or back behind your thigh. Take a deep breath. Exhale, head up, nose to knee. Push all the air out before you slowly start to lower down, sipping your breath back in. Head on the floor, relax the grip on the leg. Left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Draw the belly in, stack the hips, roll the hips to the left. Keep the hips stacked up. Squeeze your butt if you need to in order to do that. Roll the hips back. Draw the left knee in, straighten the right leg. Holding on to the left leg, holding it in tight, deep breath. Exhale, lift nose to knee. Push all the air out. Slowly lower down and sip in your breath. Head reaches the floor, relax the grip. Right hand on outside of left thigh. Squeeze the abs, pull the belly in, roll hips together, keep them stacked. Keep your thigh parallel with the floor if you can. Squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the thigh. Once that knee drops below parallel, your hips start to unalign themselves. And roll yourself back. Realign yourself on the mat if you need to. Release any tension. There's your savasana. Shavasana. Can't speak today. Get all your creature comforts together. You know what? Now that I have a mic, I can lay down. I can actually spin Shavasana down. Hot dog. I'll have to find my eye pillow next time. So either lay out with your legs out or support your knees underneath or over top of a bolster, a cushion. up over top of a couch or chair. Arms out to the side, palms up. Lengthen the back of your neck. Get any last minute wiggles out, any itches. Anything that would give you just a couple of percentages of more comfort. As you find that comfortable position, settle into the rhythm of your breath. Make the length of your breath, your inhale and your exhale, the same number of counts. Trail your breath in like a straw, in through your nostrils, down, filling up from the bottom up. And then releasing. Relax all 10 toes, the balls of your feet, through the arches of your feet and into your heels, through the top of your foot, ankles. Relaxing up the calves, into the back of the knee. Relax the thighs, down into the hip joint. Relax the glutes and the low belly. Imagine your belly kind of melting into your spine, rooting it to the ground. As you move up your torso, feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel your diaphragm moving through your organs. Feel your chest rooting into your shoulder blades onto the floor. Up over the tops of your shoulder. Trailing down your inner arm, your elbow, your forearm, wrists, and all 10 fingers. How is the position of your neck? Relaxing through your throat and your jaw. Your eyes and your forehead. Allow your body to feel heavy. Your breath to be light. Use your mind to scan your body from crown to toes, being aware of any aches and pains. Give those places some extra breath. Imagine yourself becoming light as a feather, lifting out of your space, lifting up over the treetops, looking down over the park. Lift up a little bit higher, be able to see the entire park below you. Be able to look off to the west and see the roof of Walmart. Look to the south and see the canals of Long Island Village, the buildings of SpaceX. Looking to the north and seeing the canals in Port Isabel and the bay right on the other side town. And look off to the east and see the bridge and the expanse of the island and the Gulf waters to the horizon. I want all of you to imagine just floating yourself right up over the top of the office. We all join, float together. We're going to float down Champion Street. And when we come to 100, we're going to float towards the island, through town, up over the center grassy area in the town that they're ripping the grass up, taking us to the bridge, see the lighthouse. We might be eye to eye with the lighthouse light itself. And we follow the bridge to the island, seeing the water and the boats. Maybe we catch a glimpse of a dolphin. When we get to the other side of the bridge, we're going to go south, float past KOA, past Dirty Owls and the Schlitterbahn, or the Shrimp House. And we're going to float right up over the top of the Isla Blanca toll booth. Up over Isla Blanca Park. And we're going to go down to the jetties. And we're going to watch the water lap against the granite stones. See the fishermen. Maybe see some turtles along the edge. All the way to the end of the jetty. The water swirls there at the end like a washing machine. The waves crashing against each other as they come from both the north and the south, swirling around. The white foam as it crashes against the end of the jetty and sprays up into the air. The shininess of the rocks, of the wet rocks. And watching the water ebb and flow away in the crevices. Maybe a dolphin is in the channel. The larger commercial boats, either fishing or following the dolphin around, full of people, catching their first glimpse of a dolphin in the wild. Feel your heart beat with the movement of the water, the constant movement. And we're going to take our water route, following the water. We're going to take the channel, and we're going to come along the water's edge to Long Island Village. going over the swing bridge. You can imagine it open or closed or moving. As we come further to the west, there's a fork in the road. You can either go right or you can go left. And right in the center is the U.S. Border Patrol and Customs, where they house their boats. And we're going to take the fork to the right. And we're going to follow this large turn, shrimp boats to our sides, docked against the tall walls. And we can see our park ahead of us, the RVs, the docks, the boat launch. And we're going to come right up over the top of that boat launch. We're going to come right down the road, back to the park, back to the... Follow whichever road takes you back to your place. Bring you right over your rig. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, allow yourself to descend back into your space, back into your body, back onto the floor. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your wrists and your ankles, bend and straighten your elbows and knees. Shrug your shoulders, turn your head side to side. Draw one knee at a time into your chest. Roll around a little bit if you want, or just sit still. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side, stacking your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Supporting your head, lengthening through your spine. Take a couple of moments for gravity to equalize itself on the side of your body. Make sure you drink some water today. Get out and enjoy the sun. Gently walk yourself up to a seated position. Stacking your shoulders over your hips. Lengthening through your crown. Nice and tall. And just take the right ear to the right side. And then roll over to the left and hold for a beat. Roll back to the right and hold for a beat. Roll back to the left. Bring your head up. Take your chin to the ceiling. And then take it down. Take it up. And then take it down. Bringing your head back to center. Take your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Shoulders forward, up, back, down. Let's go the other direction. Back, up, forward. Back, up, forward. And relax. Right arm, inhale, up and over to the left side. Big breath. And then exhale and come back. Left arm, inhale, up and over. And then come back. Both arms, deep breath, inhale up, gather as much air as you can. And then exhale, press it all to the earth. Another big breath, inhale up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands down to your chest. Fluttering your eyes open, and namaste.